Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I already discussed about all the permission options, and right now in this video, I will show you how can create the user role for this project. So for doing this, first of all, we have to create one of the controller for the role. And if you want to create the controller, then you have to go to your main directory, that is project root directory, and here I just define the CMD. And in our project directory, I just define the PHP artisan make and then the controller, and I just want to create one of the controller in our admin folder. So in our admin and slash then role controller. Okay, so here I just want to create one of the controller as a role controller in our admin folder, and I also want to create one of the resourceful controllers. For the reasons, I just define that as a resource. Okay, so here I just define that as a resource. Now click on the enter. So now here our controller created successfully. So now we have to create one of the view file for this. Like here, if you go to our view area, that means the resources. Like I just actually minimize all the things. Okay, like in our resources, and in the resources there is our add view, and in our view that is actually the admin. And into the admin here, I already created one of the folder as a category, the layout, there is a permission. And now I want to work for our role. So better I just want to create another folder. So I just create another folder and I just name it as a role. Then it should be better. So now here I created one of the folder as a role. And into the role folder, I want to create two files. Like first of all, I want to create one of the file as a list dot blade .php. Okay, I just created, and also I create another file. Like here I just created, and now click on the save as, and I just name it as a create .blade .php. So I hope you can well understand about it. So right now I just remove all that all that file from here. Okay, like there is a navigation, I just remove it. So permission, that is a route will be needed. And in all this place, first of all, here I just want one of the h1 tag, and into the h1 tag here I just define as a list space. Okay, I just define as a list space for this one. And now here one things I already discussed about that things with you, that is actually our permission. So if you go to the permission database table, like here there is our database as a block, and here there is a permissions. So if you go to the permissions table, and here if you go to the structure, and here you can see in a permission there is actually the name field as a name, there is a display name and the description. And for the roles it's pretty much same things. Like if you go to the another table as a roles, and here if you go to the structure, now here you can see there is actually the name, the display name and the description. So it's pretty much same as per our permissions table. For the reasons, this page will be just look like the same. Like if you go here, there is a permission, and in a permission there is a create. Okay, like here there is a create blade. For now, first of all, I just copy whole things from here. Okay, I just copy whole things from to this position, and in our role, that is our create page, that means here, and I just paste that things on particular that page area. Okay, I hope you can well understand about it. And here you can see there is also the display name, there is the name, that is the another field as a description field. So table structure for two of this table as a permission, and the roles is the pretty much same field. For the reasons, I just copy whole things from the create blade, and I just added that things in our role. Okay, that means the role create page. So I hope you can well understand about it. And here also we have to do one things. Like here we have to also add the another field for the role. And into the role field, I just want to assign some of the select from, and also here I want to add some of the multiple selected function. So for doing this, we have to add another package as a chosen package. Okay, so if you go to these positions, like that is our directory, and here if you go to the public, and if you go to the admin, and here there is an asset, and into the asset if you go to the CSS, and here there is a library, and here you can see there is a one folder as a chosen. So into the chosen they have some of the CSS file, and also they have some of the JSS file. So now we need that file. For the reasons, I just want to load two of this. Okay, like here on particular that position. So here I just want to load it. Okay, like I just want to first of all added one of the link. So here I just define that link. So actually it will be just like if you go to the layout, in our admin layout here I already defined the top, like that is actually all for the CSS. For now I just copy it, and in our create here I just paste it. And now here we have to assign that file location, so that is on the public, then the admin, then the assets, then the CSS, library and chosen folder. Okay, and then I want to actually load that file, that in the chosen mean.css. For doing this here I have to do, there is a public, admin, and then the assets, there is a CSS, and after that CSS I just want to add another folder as a library, and into the library they have actually the another folder as a chosen, and then I want to add that file. Like here you can see there is a CSS, library, chosen, and now I just want to add that file, so I just copy it, and here I just want to paste that file name on here. Okay, so here I just paste it. So I hope you can well understand about it. And also we need another JS file. Like if you go to that place, like there's the asset, like there is actually another folder as JS. There in the JS there is a library, and here also there is another package as the chosen. And now here I need to add that JS file. Okay, so for now I just want to do that work. For doing this, like in our layout, in our bottom, maybe I just added all that our JS. Like here you can see there is all that JS. So right now better I just copy it, and now here I want to add the JS file. So that is actually in our root, that means the asset, the public, admin, the asset, the JS, and after the JS there is actually the library. So I just define that library folder and then the choose. Okay, so I just define the chosen, and after the chosen folder here I have to add that file. Like you can see there is a library and the chosen, and now I just rename it, I just copy it, and here I just paste that things on here. Okay, so there is a chosen jQuery.mean and gel. Okay, I hope you can well understand about it. And also we need another script. Like here there is actually the script. Okay, so there is actually by default one of the class on here as a my class select, so that the class I will use. So that is the script will be needed. And for now I want to do, like there is actually the CSS, so I just cut that CSS from here. I just want to add the things in our layout header, so not header, in our layout there is a top and particular that position. Okay, so here I just paste that CSS, and for the JS, like here, so there is actually the JS, so I just cut that JS from to this position, and then I just want to add the things in our bottom. Like here in our bottom I already added all that our JS, for the reasons I just defined that JS on particular that area. Okay, so here after that I just want to add it, so here I just add that JS file. So here I included two of these, so you can actually access from any other pages. For now I hope you can well understand about it. So for now I just click on the save all, so I just included it on our bottom, and here I included it in our top, and there is a create. So for now we have to create one of the route for this one. Like if you go to that route area, and here like into this position I just want to create one of the two route. Okay, better I just copy it. I just copy two of this from here and into this place. First of all, there is one route and there is another one. So first of all I just want to create one of the route as a rules. Okay, so here I just define that rules, and now I want to access directly into the rules, and another route I want to create for this one as a rules. Okay, and here I just define that create, so that it will be our another route. And now into this position I want to add the controller, so that is the controller I already created in our admin. So here you can see there is a role controller. So for now I just added that role controller, and I just want to access role controller index for the route. So here I just define that index method, and also for this one here I want to access the create method. Okay, so here I just define the create method. So now here there is a roles and our admin, that is our role controller in our index method, and also there is another URL I just define on here as a roles create in our admin, and here there is our another controller, there is a role controller, and into the role controller we also have to create that method. Okay, so now we have to work two of this method. First of all, there is the index, so that is our role controller. So if you go to that role controller, that means here, and into this controller I just created as a resourceful controller. For the reasons here you can see there is the index method, create method is already exist on here. So right now first of all I work in our index. Okay, and into the index first of all I just take one of the variable as a page name. I just define the page and underscore name. equal to, I just define one of the page name text. So what will be the text will be look like here? I just define one of the text as a rule. Okay, so I just define that rules, and now we have to return it. So here I just return and the view, and into the view which page you want to redirect. Like here I want to redirect it to that in our admin there is a role and that is actually list plate. Okay, so here I just define that directory as a, first of all, there is an admin, and then I just define as a role, that means the rule folder, and then file name as a list. Okay, and I also want to actually compact. I just want to compact that page name. So here I just define that page name or particular that position. So that's the things I want to do in our index. And now in our create page, so this create page, for here I just first of all define one of the page for this one. Okay, like this I just take one of the variable as a page underscore name, and here I also want to define one of the name. I just define the name as a rule create. Okay, so here I just define one of the page as a rule create, and then I also want to do, I just take one of the another variable as a permission. Okay, I just define as a permission, and into the permission here I just define our permission model. So I just define the permission. Okay, permission, and here I want to flag that two of this field data. Okay, so for the reasons I just define as a flag, and into this position I just define all two of these our field data. Like here if you go to that positions, like I just want to get that name and the ID. Okay, so for now here I just define the field name as a name, and another field name I just defining on here as the ID. Sorry, that means as an ID, and here I just defining it. So here I just flag that with our permission model. So for the reasons we have to include our permission model on particular that page. So here I just use our app, and after that app here I just load our permission model like as a permission. Okay, here I just define a permission model, and also we need another model. Like if you go to that positions, like in our app here you can say I already created one of the model as a permission model, that is a role model. So this role model will be needed also. So for the reasons I just better use that again. Okay, here I also included our role model. So here I just defined that role. So I also included that things on here. Okay, so now in our create page, like that means here I returned it. So I just defined the return and return view. So I just want to return that in our create page. Like here if you go to that position, so I just want to return that for your this page, that means please create. So first of all here you have to define the admin and then the role, and then our page name is a create. Okay, so here I just define the create page, and also I want to compact it. So here I just compact, and into the compact position I have to pass our this page name and also the permissions. So for now I just pass that permissions, and also I just define another variable as a page name. So here I also passed it. I just compact that two of these things on here. Okay, so I hope you can well understand about it. And now if you click on the save all, like here I just click on the save all, and now here if you refresh it, so now I just refresh that page, and now if you want to access that route, so here I already added one of the route in particular that position as a roles create. Okay, so for now I want to access that page. So after that back, then the roles create. So I just click on the enter. Yes, you can see that is our page is now ready. So there is a name, the display name, there is a description, and also here we have to assign another field, select field for the role. And here one things you have to remember, there have multiple permission in every role, so we have to assign it. Okay, so we have to assign that things on particular that area. So into this position I have to add one of the select, and here I just define multiple permission for this role. So how can do that work? In our next video I will continue this process and I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.